Hi, my name is Dr. Erica PAEZ, and I am your instructor for GEL 100. This is your psychology cohort class, and we are here to facilitate a residential learning experience in all of you are psychology majors. The GEL class, as you may be aware, is a college success readiness class, so we'll be going over some key concepts about resources on campus in order to help prepare you for being successful in the college environment. As you heard, my name is Doctor, and that is over a course of time obtaining the degree in educational leadership through a doctoral program. Sounds really fancy-pantsy, and I would love to tell you the story about how I got there. If you are like me at all, becoming a doctor or thinking about people with doctorate degrees felt really elusive to me. And part of being in this class is helping break down some of those myths and barriers of what it means to have different titles and degrees and different experiences in life. So the other part of my background in education is that I have a master's in social work and a bachelor's in psychology, which is why I'm here with you guys. A big piece of me is that I spent some time in the military, in the Army, as a mental health specialist. And then after that, I spent time with veterans and military-connected folks in the community, supporting their success, linking them to resources for their continued transition in civilian life, and navigating different bureaucracies such as the Veterans Affairs system, which can be much like the college campus in that you need to make friends where you go in order to help support your success. That network has to be big. So let's go ahead. If you guys can pull out the syllabus, you're all in fall 2019 cohort. There's my contact information at the top. My name, email, office location, and hours. That office is in this building, so you don't have to find a new building and where to go. And I really want to encourage you guys, as the syllabus says, to ask me about anything related to class, real-world applications of psychology, becoming a psych major, graduate school and other psych-based careers, being a student veteran, if that is part of your identity or part of the military-connected community. If you are a veteran or looking to go back in the military, what it means to leave or stay in the military potentially. Anything related to Veterans Affairs. Post-traumatic stress disorder is one of my most passionate topics that I talk about in the nervous system, which you'll see as we go through class and go over those units. Or transferring to a university. So here at the community college level, some of you may choose to transfer to a 4-year university and what that might look like. There's a link to the syllabus in the online environment. And then there's just a general description of the class. I try and weave a little bit of humor and fun into the syllabus. It doesn't need to be boring. And what I'm hoping for is that you guys experience and feel something different in this class. And I'm not saying you're going to find this to be your entire experience in university, but I think there are key elements of this class that are really going to help you ask better questions of your other professors and engage you in the process of your own learning. And we could talk about that as we move along too. But what you'll look through the syllabus, if you get down into page 3, you'll see that there's course materials, and we'll be going over Exploring Psychology in Modules, which is a Top Hat subscription. If you have not gotten that subscription, please see me. We can facilitate some questions here in class. But it's an interactive textbook, and what you'll see in there as well is that there will be periodic assessments in there, which sounds kind of scary, but it doesn't need to be. And what that is designed to do is be an active learning technique that is supposed to engage you, your mind, your knowledge, and really keep things fresh and going as we move through the content. There's a lot of stuff to cover, and that can be a lot in your first semester, but we're here to help support that success. And you'll have lifetime access to this textbook. What's great in there too is that if there are definitions or things like that, it actually hyperlinks directly to it, so you don't have to search for it. The textbook is sort of all-encompassing. I call it a wraparound textbook, in that the resources are all right in there. Some optional recordings is you'll be able to find the Panopto recordings of the lecture in the online environment in Moodle, and I would encourage you to only use that if you are sick, ill, or you need to go over a lecture again for a different format of reviewing the information. And I say that because as we move along, you'll see that attendance is 20% of your class grade. Attendance is critical to engage in your learning, and so that is part of the grade that you'll receive in this college success class, proving that you can show up to class. If you keep going down, Zoom is our web conferencing service, so I hold a lot of my office hours by video conference, so then you can access me at more times and places, and we can create meetings for those opportunities, and there's a link in there as well. You can book times to see me in there. My schedule is set up. Moving on to the course assignments, weekly quizzes are going to be 40% of the grade, and there will be one per week at the beginning of class. This is, again, to keep content fresh in your mind. It's not to, I have a quiz coming up. It really shouldn't be something that you have to study too hard for. Maybe just review materials and get moving on that. There will be a moment of geek each week, and you guys will sign up for when you want to present that. So that's 15% of your grade, and we'll go into that a little bit more as the class moves on. Writing assignments will be 25% of your grade, and they're a chance to independently reflect on the course material and relate what we're learning to your own life and the world around you. What I'll be looking to do is show you in a moment the learning outcomes, where to find them, and what active learning technique is attached to each class. In that, if it's something that you're uncomfortable with, or something that you find less passionate, like if you prefer writing over presenting and things like that, I want to engage you where you're at. So if you see an active learning technique that particularly makes you feel good or less than good, let's formulate sort of a personalized learning plan around that. And that will be part of your first assignment, is to book an appointment with me to talk about what that looks like for you. Your final exam is 20%, and it will consist of multiple choice questions addressing content from the entire semester. So it is the only exam that covers everything and is cumulative. There is extra credit with research participation throughout the semester, and extra credit, it's in the syllabus, so read that on page 5. Down in the course schedule, you'll see the meeting topic, the text module that's linked to it, the in-class exercises, and then the student learning outcomes. Those student learning outcomes are a way to hold me accountable for teaching you, but also to hold you accountable for learning. So we're going to engage in this relationship building opportunity where you have a chance to really engage and dive in, put your hands into the learning process. This may be new for some of you. I don't know how many of your high school classes were like this, so it may take some getting used to. And today we're going to talk about any questions and examples that you might have about what this can look like. You're paying for knowledge. You're paying for me to help guide you through certain content and material, and it's my honor to be able to do that. The other thing about being a guide is that I have certain implicit and explicit understandings of how a classroom should go, and those will be my expectations. So what I want to start first with is finding a partner. Turn to the person to next to you. There's 6 rows in this class, and we are going to take the opportunity to do 2 things. First, 3 questions. Find out your partner's name, where they're from, and what is it about psychology that they find interesting enough to major in. And you'll see that up on the PowerPoint. And index cards are being passed out by the TA right now. The second thing we're going to do is answer one more question. What is your favorite type of homework to do? What I mean by that is, do you prefer to write a paper? Would you prefer to act something out and create a video? Or would you prefer to do an artistic rendering of a concept? Let me know. And we're going to have 5 minutes to do this. And what we'll do is you'll introduce your partner with the information you received, and then your partner will introduce you, and that's how we'll get to know each other in class. I'll go ahead and start with mine first to model what that will look like, and then we'll start on this side of the room and move across and back. Okay, take your time. Go.